I don't really have the energy to like click and keep up with every single thing Kramnik's posting, but I feel like the overall summary is that something legitimately did happen. Kramnik didn't make it up, so that's the first thing. But yes, Mr. Martinez is dealing with the same issues, or the issues have at the very minimum, the same chance of occurring to both. And the issue that Kramnik encountered was actually, I think, unique. Chess.com was saying something about how it was a fresh out of the box computer issue. They were trying to like play pretty much before they had updated Windows. So I thought it was particularly ironic that Kramnik's request to have the new laptops actually probably caused some of the issues. Definitely not his fault. That's chess.com's fault. But that is ironic. And so he has all these like, so this is the official stream. Jose's screen recording. And then his screen recording. So he's showing like discrepancy. And I don't actually know exactly what these are. I mean, it's a little hard to understand, but I definitely believe that something was up. I don't think he's completely fabricating everything, but here's the thing. When every single game you're complaining afterwards, it's like you knew going in that you were playing on chess.com. You knew what chess.com was. You know you don't like chess.com. So it feels like he was always ready to have that as an excuse, no matter what. That's what just eventually gets old. I don't know what the best analogy is, but it's like somebody that even if they have a point or they're right, it's like misfortune just like seems to find them, and at some point you just get tired of them. Sometimes I feel that like it's kind of the same with Hans. Like Hans is like always got something going. I just feel like he's always involved in drama, and I'm like, sometimes I see something with Hans and I'm like, damn, okay, he kind of has a point there. But I'm just like exhausted. Like it's always Hans involved with something. Like another good example is Ali Reza. I feel like Ali Reza, when he plays classical tournaments, doesn't he just always have something? There's always some like drama with the organizer, drama. And many times I've sided with Ali Reza. I'm like, that's crazy. You know, maybe with the shoes thing, I'm like not fully on his side, but I've seen Ali Reza receive some crazy treatment that I definitely didn't agree with. So I'm not saying that these guys are complaining for no reason, but sometimes you're just like, somehow it's always you, right? It just always happens to you. And every time I see your name or like there's something happening, it's like you complaining. And it's just, I'm like, okay, I have trouble really like being on your team every single time. Like it gets old. I don't know. So that's kind of how I feel about Kramnik in this situation, is I think he has some reasonable points and he's not completely making everything up, but he's complaining after every single game. Jose's not like, no, not even a peep from him. I'm sure there were points where the clock was a little bit funny for Jose as well, but he just knows they're under the same conditions. Okay, it's not perfect. That's just what it is. So I don't know. I'm trying to like explain that feeling that I have, but that's how I feel about this whole situation that Kramnik's involved in. It's just always something. He's like posting all these screenshots, and it's just like, dude, the guy showed up. You're complaining about the chess.com portion, but at the end of the day, he showed up. He went toe-to-toe with you in person. Like, the online stuff seems irrelevant. Jospem showed up and played on the physical board and went toe-to-toe with Vlad. And I think that's already, for the clash of claims, I think the claims were clashed right there. So I think that's already a pretty serious statement from Jose. And then seeing like 20,000 screenshots from Vlad, like it's just, no matter what, it'll come off like a sore loser. Screen recordings, like just it's non-stop. Any comments from Divis? Like, okay, I don't even know what this is. Vladimir, thanks for accepting. The match will be organized by Pepe Cuenca. We plan to do crowdfunding. Will you trust to secure some sponsorship? Chess.com is responsible for providing equal conditions concerning internet traffic, ping, and any other technical issues which might affect the result of games. I don't know. Is he posting this like as if it didn't happen? Isn't it strange? It feels like chess.com should be held responsible here. They're using their platform and something's going wrong. But didn't chess.com provide equal conditions concerning internet traffic, ping, and any other technical issues? Like, it ended up happening to him, but they literally were under all the exact same conditions. So, like, I just don't really understand. The only way that makes, well, it still doesn't make sense maybe. The only thing he could be insinuating is that somehow, like, someone from chess.com is, like, pressing a button that's fucking with him, you know? Like, oh yeah, Vlad's about to win. Hit the button now. And that's a completely separate claim entirely. So I don't know if that's the claim, but it's strange. Okay. Received apologies from you, but still waiting for explanations why the computers after day one incident were given to commentator Levy and chess.com team for a whole night for various testings, as they pretend, instead of arbiters. Could you please answer why? But it's like, at some point, the guy's just like off his rocker. He wants new computers for the match. Like, guy thinks he's like Bobby Fischer or something. Like Cold War. It's like, yeah, they ordered laptops, and for some reason you want different laptops on different days because you're like paranoid. Like, what are they supposed to do with the laptops? Like, put them in the fucking Spanish museum overnight? Like, nothing, just doesn't matter. Nothing would make him happy. There's no situation where they could have done it and he would have been like, yep, that's what I wanted you to do. Like, imagine that the computers were left with the arbiters instead. And you'd be like, oh, you just left it with the arbiter team? The same arbiter team that did not ensure that the conditions were the same for myself and Jospem? You just left them with the arbiter? Like, it just, anything. It doesn't matter. Whatever would have happened, he would have been upset with. So I get that's the sentiment I'm getting from every single thing. First question for Divis, the main organizer. Do you work at chess.com? Yes or no? First question for Kramnik. Did you know that prior to the match? Of course you did. Not sure why that's relevant. Okay, if he's posting this again, then he's posting chess.com staff. Okay, it's not like this is like new information. It's not like anyone was hiding this information. So I'm a little confused. He's saying chess.com is not part of the organization. Don't have any other support or sponsorship. But like, you're delusional to think chess.com's not involved. Like, wait, where do you think money's from trees? They're like, you're playing on chess.com for no reason at all. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I collabed with him. Why not tell him these points directly? Why are you farming him? I actually didn't collab with Kramnik at all. I definitely don't agree with most of the things that Kramnik is doing. But you know what I did see on Twitter? I thought this was a really nice summary for a really complicated situation. Because Kramnik is turning it into a whole thing. So I saw Levon Aronian tweeted, and I was like, hey, this is a really good summary. The match between Kramnik and Alcantara was exciting and proved a few points. First of all, Jose has a lot of respect towards Vlad. He didn't mind any format, any condition. Kramnik was upset about something. He was like, whatever, let's do it this way so the match can continue. Let's do it this way so we're not wasting everyone's time. You want to do that? I'm fine with that. You want to do this? I'm fine with this. I think that's definitely true. Secondly, online chess and over-the-board levels can vary a lot. I think for the clash of claims, let's remember this was a clash of claims. Kramnik claiming something, Jose claiming the opposite. Jose showed up and I would say proved his point a lot better than Kramnik did his. And I think that's basically what this says right here. And then finally, Levon saying that his generation lacks mouse skills. And honestly, I thought that was a pretty good summary. Like, just 3 pretty lighthearted points. I thought they were all true. And then I scrolled down, Anish being like, nice summary, blah, blah, blah. And then Kramnik, of course, is in here. You forgot another point, Levon. Time manipulations proven by videos published and selective chess.com bugs aimed just at me while having identical internet, computers, and place. Any comment? Selective is exactly how I feel reading this. And I think the only way really to end this segment is with this. This is just how I feel about the whole thing right now. Another chess.com selective bug, Vladimir? Okay. Yeah. No, yeah, just right over here. Right over here. It's just too much. It's just too much. Let's get you to bed, Vlad. Let's get you to bed. Was I entertained by the match? Absolutely. Very entertained. I thought it was quite something. The match ended in Jose's favor. As someone watching it, I thought the parts that didn't go smoothly, I thought were pure comedy. Like, both sides being, like, couldn't agree on things, like the unboxing of the computers. The whole thing seemed very funny. So I would love to see more matches like this in the future. I'd like to see more matches from, like, random low-rated or low-titled individuals that have high online ratings being called out. I want to see more of these matches. And I would love to see them in chess boxing format. So, impressive by Jospem, that's for sure.